Great to be here. This is really nice. I love a venue that has like a clear escape route. Just zip line. Is that the Charles River? Yeah. Okay, noted. I realize I'm dressed like a preteen from Bridgerton. I'm 34. Next year I'm going to be 35 because I identify with a chronological linear plane. And I can feel already that when I turn 35 that I'm going to be under so much pressure, like everybody's going to expect me to run for president. But I can't. Like, I don't want to have to get a dog. Barack Obama, famous podcast host. He's narrating a nature documentary that's on Netflix. I don't know if anybody has seen it, but I think he does a good job. It's like, okay, go off, Simba. Step aside, David Attenborough. Once again, Obama taking a white man's job. Oh, come on, Boston, you cannot tighten up on me on that. Not from me, POC liberal darling. Here's the thing. I like to watch nature documentaries, often with men. I think it's like a fun test. Because you can take a second and turn from the screen and say something like, okay, wait, so if we were baking in the savannah and you were that mongoose, would you sort of pick at me like I was a piece of fallen, rotting fruit? Or would you ravish me and knock me about like a giant snail? And then he's like, thanks for coming into Best Buy. That's a 30-day return. I was talking to a friend, which I have, and he's and then in conversation about himself, he said the sentence, he was like, I have pain buried deep inside. But the problem is that I misheard. I thought he said Pinkberry, the frozen yogurt company. Pinkberry, deep inside. So I genuinely responded, oh, okay, well, what flavor? He's like, bitter. So, recently I got caught in a rainstorm. I got caught in the rain. I didn't have an umbrella. Sometimes what happens is you just raw dog the sky. And I must have looked really awkward scurrying to find shelter because this guy yelled at me from a curb. He was like, "Get home safe, bitch!" Like, okay, thank you, officer. One time I was trying to balance an umbrella, and then what happened is that I dropped a full pizza on the ground in the rain. And I know that sounds, I guess, really sad based on your stone silence. And what happened is that for some reason I propped the box up vertically underneath my armpit. And here's the thing about gravity. It has a great track record. Especially if the opening of the box directly faces into the planet's magnetic core. So I just watched the pizza slip out, and it sort of wetly hit the pavement, and then folded onto itself maybe about a third of the way, like a boneless corpse. And if anybody over here is like wondering, yeah, it was still warm. So steam got illuminated by a street lamp. And then the next thing is that somehow, with no facial reaction, I just kept walking. Like a clumsy assassin, just dead-eyed, and it took me maybe like 2 more paces down the sidewalk to catch up to whatever that like was, I guess, where I was like, oh, okay, right, totally. To what extent is grief performative? Like, does our external expression of loss only hinge on those who can perceive it? I'm saying if you drop a pizza on the ground in the rain and no one hears you, like, did I really spend $16? And maybe that's just what I got, like, karmically for ordering corn as a topping. But you know, this is like really serious, but you know when somebody talks to you about their aunt and you call them aunts? Okay, so it's like, what do you do? You know, like, do you conform to their truth? Oh, like a cuck? Maybe you just stick to what you know and what you grew up around, and you go sort of wild with that flat vowel sound. And me, I don't know. Like, I just kind of change the subject. You know, like, I just ask them about their uncle. So. Okay, so I have a master's in history, which is why I'm here, because, you know, when you're in the humanities, you want a secure backup like stand-up comedy. And I worked for a while at a museum in Philadelphia where there's like a bronze statue of Benjamin Franklin, our first president. I'm just kidding. That was Lin-Manuel Miranda. So Franklin was this statue form. He's like 81 and it's life size, and you can sit in his lap because it's a hands-on experience that invites you to feel like an old French slut. So sign me up. And I learned that he had a slang for getting drunk, and the whole thing, like Franklin, so the whole thing with this is that the colony of Barbados had sugar plantations and then made a lot of rum. So Franklin called the act of getting drunk having been to Barbados. And I love to imagine him trying to make this a thing at a party. And just confusing John Adams. Or something. He's like, it appears our friend Jefferson has been to Barbados. And then Adams was like, does he have a bastard child in the Indies? And then Jefferson was just in the corner like, spring break 89. 1789. Anyway, I feel like I could be Jefferson's type. Come Come on, Boston. Show out for me, New England, and your little assholes. Come on. I'm gonna be Jefferson's type, okay? Not my first white dude with a ponytail that runs an urban farm, so. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night. I appreciate your time.